We all have families, right? Parent that got us here. Maybe we have children, which is the next generation. And we have our moments where we love them, and we have our moments, well, where they're not our best friends, but they still are family, right? Well, when you go back in history, one of the families of flow would be the Roman Empire. 750 years. How did they keep it together? Well, because most of the time it was pretty tight. A pass on to a pass on, and every once in a while you get a flare up. Well, when Constantine the Great, one of the most popular and probably the most revered of all Roman emperors, came into being and took rule, well, it was a change for the entire empire. After he passed away, well, many will call it a shit show, and we're going to walk through the process on one of them. But one of them created one of the greatest coins in ancient Roman times. It's known as the Gladiator. The first time the Gladiator, which we know from a couple of movies, right, was a very popular thing by some of the poorer or lesser popular rulers. Well, they put the Gladiator on the coin to make everybody love them a little bit more. Listen to this story. It's the House of Constantine, and you can't make this one up. So you have Constantine the Great, right? Unifies the empire, expands it, opens up so much. And then you have the first level story, which many of you might have heard before. But his first wife, Fausta, and they had a child, Crispus, right? So his first marriage, he has a child. Then he gets remarried, right? And then he has 3 more children. So the first level of family weird stuff is, obviously, the younger brothers. Constantine II, Constans, the oldest brother. Constantius II, this brother, the youngest of them all kind of get together and make up a story that Crispus, his son, the oldest son from the previous marriage, was sleeping with my mom. Obviously got Constantine upset, and he took care of the wife, and he took care of his first son. Now we have the ground rule of, well, there's 3 brothers left from wife number 2. Right? Constantine I dies, and it's the overall Roman Empire is broken up into East and West. And the brothers rule pretty much together, surprisingly together. Now, to make sure they consolidate power, because a lot of people weren't happy with the oldest son, Crispus, being murdered, to give the youngest sons the opportunity to rule. So Constantius II, the youngest of the brothers, this gentleman, massacres his father-in-law, his cousins, and all his uncles. Just wipes them all out, so that way the only bloodline is him and his 2 brothers. Right? And like the movie, and we've had 2 beautiful Gladiator movies if you like history. Russell Crowe was in the first one. Just great historical stuff. Kind of accurate. But an unpopular ruler does what? We're going to have gladiator games. Well, Constantius II brings out the gladiator games. And the public love it. So we go to this arena and we just watch this stuff happen. Well, he's the first one to actually, though, show it on his coins. And as you can see right here, this is how old? Yeah, we're in 2025, and these coins were issued from 337 to 361. Thousands of years ago. Showing the gladiator with shield over his soon-to-be dead opponent. And on the reverse side is, well, Constantius II, the youngest of all of Constantine the Great's children. So the unique thing is, if you look at the story, the 3 brothers from wife number 2, 3 sons, from wife number 2. Constans, the oldest brother, Constantine II, the middle brother, and then Constantius II, the youngest, this guy, right? They break it up. Constantius, this guy rules the eastern part, right, of the empire. The other 2 rule the west. Well, the west would include then the Germanic area upwards into England, and they're pushed to the Hadrian's Wall and all the other parts of history, right? unique thing about the brothers coming together was his oldest brother, Constantius, was murdered in 350 by one of the usurpers at the time. Magnantus, I believe, is his name. I'm pretty sure that's it from my memory, right? Well, what does Constantius II do other than just pivot and just go after and massacre everybody that had anything to do with his brother's murder? And reunites, and the two brothers rule to the end. Great, great story. Great stuff overall. Do you notice the quality of these coins? NGC certifies all of our ancients. Just because, one, authenticates them, but two, gives us the grade. And we're talking about a coin that is not from 1793, the first coin made by the U.S. Mint. This is a coin from 337 to 361, as it says right here on the holder, and it looks that nice. Now, all of our coins are certified as such. They will all reference the House of Constantine. They're all bronze issues. They all have the obverse of the Gladiator, the first time ever on a Roman coin. This other side, obviously, the ruler, Constantius II. But it's all about quality. We did find one of our competitors with this coin, the Gladiator coin. So it is, again, from Constantius II. Raw, not in a holder. Not certified by NGC. And they were upwards of $148.50. Ours are certified and beautiful with a story card. Great stuff. Guys, give me a 30-second clock. So every once in a while, we have the opportunity to just get in our time capsule and just go back to a whole different concept, right? We're going to be celebrating USA 250 next year. USA 250. This is what? From 331. We're in 2025. And they look this nice. And the story that's tied together with this coin creates, well, a beauty. Again, the coin, all of them XF, great detail. The story card tells you a little bit more about Constantius II, as I referenced in my Cliff Notes version in this conversation. But the bottom line is this: at $89.95, what a great piece of history and a rare coin to boot.